and welcome back to the Smoke Room, episode 18, part 2. I have one of my regulars on here that been on here more times than anybody else, but I'm going to bring it back on here, Louden Styles, introduce yourself, or whatever.
Let the hate flow right the fuck now, because I know shit's gonna happen. Now that you even said that, I already know there's gonna be a bunch of people going, "Oh, here's this motherfucker again. Fuck that piece of shit," you know.
Yeah, but I appreciate you coming on my show. You, as I said, you were a regular on my show. We did like 5 interviews, but you are always in controversial fashion somewhere, all the time, and I can't hate that because I'm the same way.
Most of the time, it's not even me trying to piss people off. It's just that I say how I feel and people overreact.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the problem with most people. I'll put it out like now. This community, the call community, are very sensitive people, and one little thing you say, and they will go Donkey Kong ape shit.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what's going to lead to my main basic question. It's more, I'm expecting you to reply to all these people right here. How do you feel about this whole situation with Danny and a bunch of other people? How do you feel about this whole situation? Has it been overblown, or it is just that?
I think it has been overblown. The last interview I did, and you know this, last interview I did, I spoke what I was going to speak. You said what you was going to say, because, and, you know, everybody can bitch and complain about, like, oh, well, Smokey was being unprofessional. It's his show. You know, this is his thing. What do you expect him to do? Be all happy and hold your damn hand and, you know, be like, oh, yeah, I totally agree with it. No, he has his own mind just like you do. But the thing is, all of this has been overblown. I spoke my mind. I gave an opinion, left it the fuck alone, went off for 3 days to this freaking convention where I had the best damn time of my life, come back almost Sunday night to get Smokey telling me, "Loud, shit's going down, man," and sending me a link to a smoke room where I hear Danny Jackpot, Biff Andreas, TC, and everybody attempt to speak their thoughts over what I said, because apparently somewhere in between when that video was out, people on something called for went ape shit over a freaking opinion of mine, and Danny acted like I committed an act of treason by saying my opinion on stuff, and he got all flipped out because of, you know, his kids being mentioned. But my thing is this: when you portray yourself as when you try to portray yourself as a tough guy, as a hard ass, and you want to crack jokes and be that, and you want to throw heat, expect people to throw heat back at you. You know? And the thing is, the whole thing is that they have made me out like Cowberg, and I could honestly not give a shit less how they make me out, because as far as I'm concerned, Biff Andreas was the first guy that tried to start shit with me, and I find it funny how the personal lapdog of something awful wants to try to start shit with me in the first place and think I should pat him on the head because he's the first guy to ever talk to me on Skype. Oh, whoop-de-doo, you finally decided to talk to me on Skype after years of hiding behind Danny and talking shit about everybody else, which everybody wants to blame me for, which I find hilarious, by the way.
Yeah. But besides all that, all this drama that's been going on for what, like a month or two, and
I would say half a month, but even still, I wouldn't even. Funny thing is, I would never call that drama. When everybody tells me what you think about all this drama, I'd be like, what drama?
Yeah.
I call it a misunderstanding blown to epic proportions.
Yeah, it's kind of like everything gets overblown. I think personally the whole thing back in the day with me and Josh aka Ocean Jacks, was kind of overblown. We all had our problems, and it just
Uh-huh.
exploded. It exploded from there. It
Homer
made it
to
worse.
this day, Homer to this day wants to be the guy. Yeah, I'm mentioning you, Homer, because unlike you, I am not a ballsless, you know what, who likes to ban people and block them, and then talk shit about like, oh yeah, I'm gonna unblock you off Skype, but you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Okay, but yeah, continue.
Okay, but yeah, all that stuff going on over the past few weeks, months, whatever. It just endless cycle. That's what I was trying to say. This is all just an endless cycle. It don't matter if it's the same people or different people. It's all about the same thing. And that interview, what I was talking about when Danny came on there, I didn't explode for no reason. The only reason I exploded was because he told me to shut up on my own show, and I thought that was a slap in the face to me because it was my show. And I, I couldn't just sit there and be like, they talking shit about you, they talking shit about Brent, and if I didn't say anything, it would have grew to anybody else. That's like freaking Josh getting hated on because of his reign as Intercontinental Champion in WEDF. I hate to bring that up because Josh ain't in this, but people's gonna be hated on no matter what. If they start to grow just a little bit, and somebody don't like that, they're gonna try to take you down a notch. But I feel if you speak your mind and you tell the damn truth, that it will come back in a good way,
Right.
basically. And if somebody else don't like it, then so be it. You're gonna have to build yourself back up anyway if somebody destroys like your channel or tries to destroy your character. You can always build yourself back up. That ain't hard to do. I done it 3 times. A bunch of other people done it. It ain't that hard to do. It's just all a confidence factor in your mind, and you just gotta block all them people that say the negative things, and just you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do because because right now I'm blocking half the stuff that they're doing because me Brent, we block out the fact that DJW decided to come back from wherever the hell it came from just so they could start doing matches to quote unquote troll me and Brent and make us the blowjobber champions, which by now, but which I think now, I don't know, this could be thing. They're gonna fully legit make me the blowjobber champion because of certain shit I did with Danny and because of certain shit I said about Danny in a Skype chat and how Danny was raging to the freaking heavens for like goddamn hours on end on something awful, and I got all the little posts of everything he's ever said. So
Yeah, but the thing I can't stand personally, I ain't trying to make any more controversy and everything because I had to take a break. I had to take a break for a while because I got too many dang personal problems plus this, and but I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I'm truthful and I'm honest. That whenever you talk shit about something that's irrelevant, I'm gonna blast you on it. This is the smoke room. It's a free form, and the owner of the smoke room is free to say whatever he wants to say. And regardless if you hate it or you love it, you don't tell somebody to shut up. And that was to me a slap in the face because I've been around for a while. Josh knows it. Even the person I interviewed before, Evan knows it. You even know it because me and you known each other for a long time, and you know how short of a temper I got. And I feel they don't try to do the same thing to the up and comers and call so they don't get big.
the issue is with guys like that is that they spent the majority of their time trying to pretend to be something that they're obviously not. I'm gonna bring this up. I don't even care because we're still on this topic about Danny and everybody.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna bring it up. I straight up blasted Danny, and I brought up his baby mama and his kids. Why did I do it? Simple, because he pretty much triggered the fact of going when he made the mama joke. I was like, okay, since you're gonna make the mama joke, allow me to go one step ahead of that, and let me bring up your family. Let me bring up how you're a horrible father. Let me bring up the fact that I hope your baby's mama take away your kids, or should I call them accidents? Yeah, I went there. Here's what you need to learn about me. I have been on the internet just like Evan. Evan knows me longer than this. I have had things from empty death threats. I've almost had my personal information being leaked out to people. I've almost been doxxed. I've been insulted. I've taken a lot of shit. I am desensitized by half of the bullshit that is on the internet. So I don't care if I bring up something personal to you. Because, honestly, if you are a guy that tries to pull yourself off as this hard ass and you spend the majority of your time trying to insult, troll, or joke around with people, expect somebody to test you. And, Danny, I tested you. I tested the guy, and he failed miserably. Because I pissed him off so badly, he decided to leave any chat that had me in it and basically, say anything that Loudon's in, I don't want to be a part of because I think he's a pathetic person. And honestly, it's like, and all I gotta say is, it's funny how the pathetic person is calling me pathetic.
Yeah.
But and honestly, it's like I pretty much believe that what happened after that night, like last night. Because that's when it happened, like yesterday night. After that, shit's done. There's nothing else to be said. There's nothing else to do. Like, whatever they try to say about me, you can't say a thing about me. Because what can you say? Because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to ignore it and not give a fuck about it.
But sometimes you have to be real. Because I hate to bring it back to myself, but I can't. There's sometimes I can overlook things, and there's other times where I feel if they're gonna say this, I'm gonna have to retaliate and say what's on my mind, and that's where over the years I got most controversial is because I spoke the truth and nobody didn't want to hear it. But that's just the way I am. And that's the way a bunch of people are. If you insult them, that's putting salt in the wound. You're going to attack them back. It don't matter if it's the internet. If you want to come to my face about it, it don't matter. I'm the same person I am on the outside world. I speak my mind. I'm not afraid to do what I want to say. So I can back it up. That's just one thing. I can back up everything I can say on here in real life. Josh can too. He's from Alabama. He should know.
The thing is, I've learned over time. I learned over time that drama is something you can never get away from.
No.
You really can, especially on the internet. No, you cannot go a single day without having some form of drama hit you, unless you are like the luckiest son of a bitch in the world when it comes to being on the internet. You can say, it don't matter what you say. You can say the littlest of things, and it only takes one person to make it sound like you done freaking went into their house, slaughtered their family, gutted their kids like pigs, and wore their flesh as Halloween costumes. That's how bad they make it sound.
That's some fucking shit.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, it is fucked up, and that's how they make. And that's how they're gonna treat it out to be. That's how they're gonna make it out to be. It don't matter. You can say the littlest things like, "I don't think The Walking Dead's a great show." They will freak out and lose their minds. That's it, and I've learned that. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter how I say it. Because a lot of people always tell me, I've actually had people go to me, well, can you say it in a nicer way? Like, it wouldn't have mattered how I said it.
It's your opinion.
People hate opinions. Simple as that. People hate. As much as they don't want to admit it, but here's the thing. We as human beings, we hate it when people have another opinion.
Yeah.
And it's so freaking true.
Yeah.
We're all guilty of hating people that have an opinion. The difference is the biggest difference is that there are people that are mature enough to. There are people. The only difference is the maturity level. Most people are mature enough to respect it, respect and or tolerate somebody else's opinion, while others are, not mature enough.
Yeah, it's like that interview, that last interview I did. I wasn't trying to put no disrespect on some people and that. But the whole agreement was it was just gonna be me and Danny, a level playing field, And then I ain't got no disrespect because me and Biff, I know y'all got problems. Me and Biff are okay at the moment. Me and Burr we are okay at the moment, and a bunch of other people. But I just felt like it was disrespectful to come on my show and bring his whole group with him. Because you know how I do it usually. I do a one interview at a time, and I don't have.
I think that pretty much. I'm sorry to interrupt you, dude.
Go ahead.
Really.
Go ahead.
I think it's kind of fucking sad that he can't do a damn one-on-one interview without having to bring the main people who kiss up and suck up to him. And it was kind of surprising to see TC there. But then again, TC has pretty much showed his ass and showed how much of a DJ cocksucker he really is. It's funny enough how they're trying to make me out to be like the blowjob champion when you got the very same two people that was in that video that do nothing but blow Danny's dick.
Well, I don't understand. You like one of the up-and-coming stars in Call, and they want to make you out look like that, trying to make you look bad. I ain't saying that just because you're my friend, but I'm saying that in reality that you are getting more noticed in Call.
It's like I said, I got an opinion. They don't like my opinion, and they decided to go over the top over it. And they have this weird ideal that I'm white knighting Brent because I basically said that I think Danny's killing a joke. Danny is driving a damn joke to the ground with the RSW thing because it was funny the first couple of times, but after the 15th time it starts losing its flair, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And the thing is, and I'm gonna just point it out like this to everybody that's in something awful. Burb, I don't got a problem with Burb. I've never had an issue with Burb. Be quite honest with you, I barely even fucking talk to her, and the times that I do kind of have this offhanded conversation with her, it's either I say a couple things or whatever. Biff, I don't know why Biff don't like me, but quite honestly, I know why Biff doesn't like me. Biff don't like me because Homer and Danny don't like me. Basically, Biff is like an amoeba. Basically, Biff is like, he's basically the scum that just connects to everything else, and he doesn't have one single solitary thought for himself, so he has to leech off of everybody else.
Well,
and
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I had this idea a few days ago. I mean, when I last was on about a week ago, but having you and Bill confront each other and speak y'all's mind, and so y'all both can talk. And he can say what he wants to say, and you can say what you want to say, but put it center front. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but in order for that, I gotta get your permission, and I already got Biff's permission to do it, but I need your permission to do it.
I do not care. I will do it. I don't care.
All right, it's on.
Literally, I don't whatever. And dude. You've known me long enough. You don't have to ask my permission for anything. I don't care about,
It's a respect thing.
I understand. I understand that.
I make sure.
Right. But like I was trying to say about Biff, it's like, I legit, this is just me. This is my opinion. I think Biff doesn't have a single solitary thought for his own, and I think half of the thoughts that he have is just copy-paste bullshit that he hears from Danny and or Homer. And then Homer himself, I don't even need to go into that because hell, everybody that knows me knows what I think about Homer. And everybody that knows Homer knows what he thinks about me. I am basically the black equivalent to Arcan to him. all because I made a joke about his damn car and he couldn't handle it. And the sad part is, it was the same damn joke his friends and people, the same damn joke his friends have said to him, but apparently I'm the one person that, you know, drove him to the point where he had to come up on Skype. And and for like, I think a good minute or so, call me a dirty nigger. The very word he hates using, but apparently he can use it on me because you can't make fun about Matt Icorn, because if you make fun about Matt Icorn, you're going to get the wrath of Homer, and you can hear the sarcasm in my voice about that.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna move on a little bit.
Cool.
What do you think? I know I probably asked this in the past. I might have forgot, but what do you think about battle post progression from when you first started to what you got now?
You did ask that in the last interview.
But that was a while ago, so.
I love your logic to that. It was a while ago, so you're not gonna answer the same question. I think I'm gonna have the same answer. There's nowhere to go but up, honestly.
Who do you look at on your roster? I expect you probably ain't gonna mention Smokey, but who do you think, other than Smokey, has the potential to be something in your league?
Ben Taylor's already showing to have potential to be something else, be something big, even though, you know, he's released. But other than that, shit, Johnny Metal. If just guys that I created that, you know, that are my creations, honestly, I can put it down in the list. It'll be Mark Butcher, Johnny Metal, Cody Barnett, Gizarmo. Like, those guys, honestly, I believe have like potential to be something big. TJ Kennedy, I wholeheartedly believe has like what it takes to be big, because he's getting he, along with Marcus King,
Yeah.
is getting like really good pushes in IPW.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up about Marcus King, because he's doing pretty well, and he's established himself as a main eventer so far.
Marcus King, quite honestly, is another guy that has a lot of potential to do something about it. But fuck, the Blackout 2.0 in general's could like any of those members. If I push them right, I can put them at solo, and they could be mid-carders and or main eventers. Like, Eric King could be a main eventer. Marcus King is a definite main eventer. Gorilla Black, just for fucking hype alone, could be, like, battling for the world title in, like, Season 2, because of the fact that here you have this damn near 6-something, 500-plus pounder doing shooting star presses.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think of your progression of Louden Styles and the addition of Dante Styles into IPW? And what do you? And another side question after that is, how do you think your progression is in EDF since you came back and everything else?
The regression of Louden Styles and the addition of Dante. Well, the thing is about Louden is that when I created Louden in 2000, early 2008. And when I created Louden, I basically created Louden for this company that's barely doing anything anymore, Arcadia, for a friend of mine, K-Star. And so when I was messing around with Louden, I'm not gonna lie, Louden when Louden didn't look like, I was one of those guys who wasn't that good at making calls, and Louden at first looked like a fucking yard tard out of JCW. It was sad looking.
How you think I feel?
No, Louden looked like a fucking, he looked like a JCW yard tard that just came out of a fucking John Zandig thousand light bulb death match. Like, it was horrible looking. It was like sick Nick Mondo got a fucking sunburn. It was weird looking. But I progressed it over the years, and I've made him look better than usual. And at one point, at one point there was a time where I was like, I'm just gonna make him a traditional wrestler from the South, a traditional Southern wrestler with a certain flair to him. And then later on over time, it was like I like slowly got back into NJPW and in Japanese wrestling, and to this day I love it. So then I started putting a little bit of the fact that Loudon's gonna have a little strong style in him. So there you have the Loudon that you see today with this, I'm going to war with you attitude. The addition of Dante, I think, is going to work out pretty well because I got Josh, who is so behind the idea of Dante Styles, the bad seed. So I gotta say, now that Loudon's doing good in IPW, and now Dante's doing also well in IPW. I think people should really be paying attention because, oh God, you have no idea what could happen just by that card of the long walk. It's gonna be good for those two.
Yeah, I think personally, the whole Loudon versus Smokey match and the last stage on IPW, it opened a few eyes for Louden Styles because he put up a fight. It wasn't like a total domination match. It was a back and forth match. And I actually like them type of matches, win or lose. Because it's going back and forth. Anything can happen.
Right, and the funny thing is, Josh has probably already put Josh has basically gave me one of my quote-unquote call bucket list matches I've always wanted.
Yeah.
Loudon versus Smokey. I've always wanted. Like I said, if Loudon never got into, if I ever made Loudon, he was a wrestler instead of doing the commentary, I would always wanted Loudon and Smokey going at it. So that's one thing off the list. You also asked about my thing in EDF and how it's, since I came back. Honestly, I like how the whole idea played out, and now that I'm back, you're just gonna have to look because I think that now that Loudon's back,
he only can grow.
He can grow. I used this before, but there's nowhere to go but up. Seriously, it is.
Exactly. You just gotta. There's always going to be call politics. You just got to look past that, and with the crew that our calls are actually in, I got complete trust in everybody that I work for, so I feel more comfortable. You're not having to worry about certain things because y'all give me good ideas about my own character, so that actually helps me in a way because I always had to go in my own mind about the creation of Smokey, and y'all actually helped me out with ideas and stuff like that, and I appreciate it from everybody.
Well, I know how you feel because, honestly, I've had with the whole with the creation of Loudon, I knew what I was doing. I think the persona is what I'm gonna say. I think Josh and Brent for, and Evan to an extent, I will, thank them because Loudon's persona, I've always had an idea of what he wanted to be, but Brent kind of put that out there Loudon should be a very, I think at one point I was like, Loudon should be if he's a face, then let Loudon be a cocky face who comes out wearing these T-shirts that's trying to get inside his opponent's head.
Yeah, but I actually like to think that I was the first one to actually give you a good match because even though your whole character's all fucked up because I didn't know what I was going with. I did not know what I was going with in your whole creation, so I just made something, So, but you did do good in the matches I put you in.
Yeah.
Considering you was a commentator and you're just going out to the wrestle against main eventers at that.
Yeah, you have that claim, Smokey. You got that claim. You still have that claim.
Yeah, I always can.
Like,
but
I was the motherfucker that gave him his first match in the first place. You know?
but
I
yeah,
don't know what y'all motherfuckers talking about, but I'm the motherfucker that got it, you know?
but yeah, I always felt that there was something about your character that could develop into something, and I believe a bunch of other people thought the same thing. But we've been through a lot of history together through the past. Before you was an actual call wrestler, and we developed a lot of good things together in the past. And Josh and them discovered you for WDF, and that's how you really got yourself really known.
Yeah. It was, actually it was, NESC at first, and then it was New TNA. I kind of was already looked at for WDF, but I never really got the chance to do a commentary for Frank. It wasn't until like later on that I got to do commentary, and here I am, still part of the WDF crew, and you know, always on call for whenever they need Raw or SmackDown commentated. When you know, not when personal shit in my life isn't trying to, you know,
Yeah, we all understand that.
backhand me, you know.
Oh, they always trying to pimp slap me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
There's an old line, and I use this every day. Life's a bitch, but I'm her pimp.
That's true. I like that saying. I'm about to use that. Oh my God.
Oh, there's another saying I give because I've used this all damn that I was using it last night when all this that shit was going down. It's like this. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fourth of a fuck. I broke that shit into fractions, and you still don't get one. Why? Because I'm a boss. So
The thing about me, I speak from my mind, and I take it as if somebody gets offended about something I say, and that's just the way it is. I can't be like I can't make lies up. I have to speak the truth away. Just like you and Josh and everybody and Evan and all them people, I can't say one thing and not mean it. I have to make a whole video speaking my mind. And if there's backlash because of it, I just have to build myself back up again. So I'm 29. I'm about to be 29 years old in August. So this shit don't fade me no more. I got more issues in my life. People just don't understand that sometimes because they all like, oh, blah, blah, blah on the internet. But in real life, you're dealing with all this damn shit. You don't want to freaking have to deal with all this shit, so you speak real. You speak from your heart. And that's the way I feel about it and all that situation. But I feel like no matter who can talk shit about you, I feel that I can talk shit just as much back, but be real about it and speak my mind. And I feel Louden, you're on the right direction of what you're doing. You speak your mind regardless of what people think sometimes. Some people's gonna be like, oh, this dude just talking junk. But in reality, you just speaking your mind, you telling them the truth, and you get backlash for it. And that's the main reason I did that video and defended all of y'all, because I felt like, y'all ain't there, and there's all these people in there, no disrespect to all them other people except Danny. I don't care what he thinks, but I felt like, y'all ain't there to defend yourself, so I'm going to defend y'all for y'all. I know you don't need it, but I'm still going to defend y'all because y'all ain't there. Y'all ain't there. And I said what I had to say, and he decides to hang up in the car because I'm unprofessional, supposedly. But as I said, that's all water under the bridge. I could care less what he thinks about me, and he probably could feel the same way about me, but I don't give a fuck, as I always say. So, Loudon, what is your perspective from when you started in college to now, before you was known to now?
Oh boy, my perspective.
Yeah.
Well, it was like this. When I started out, I was like, when I was like starting out as a commentator, and my biggest thing when I started out, I was like, oh man, if they give me the chance, I want to commentate for some really big leagues. I want to like, you know, I want to commentate for some big leagues. I want to, you know, talk to these guys and all this shit. Cause you know, I thought those dudes were cool, you know, but you know, I got a little bit older. I got a little bit older and I got in here a bit more, and now I'm just like, oh boy, okay, so I'm known. Huh.
What would you say you're most known for?
Fuck now, I think I'm most known for the fact that I apparently call it the Wama because I speak my mind. But honestly, I think that there was a time where I was most known for just being a good commentator and being loud as fuck when I commentate. Like louder than Oshu Jax, louder than Josh on commentary. That's how loud I was.
That says a lot.
Josh will admit, like without joking, that I am definitely louder than him. And there was a time where both of us were actually commentating together at the same time, and I was loud and he was loud, and he was like, "Fuck, I can't even keep up with this bastard." Damn, he's being louder than me. Shit.
You did get loud. I remember watching your last show. You was like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!"
The loudest I've ever gotten was "Something Must Die." I flipped my damn mind on "Something Must Die." So yeah, I guess you could say my perspective changed, but that's because I matured. I grew up, you know.
That's the way it goes.
Because when I did start off, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there was like parts of me that hasn't. There's like a little part of me that hasn't changed. Like when I started out, yeah, I was like, you know, like I really want to, you know, like, oh man, you know, hopefully if I, you know, do this, I can get into other big places that, you know, people will notice me when I'm commentating. I can get more companies to compete. But yet I was still a little ass. I was still kind of a dick. I'm still a dick, but I don't have that, you know, bright-eyed attitude that I used to have, in a way.
Josh is still fat.
Another thing I think was a perspective I had was the fact that it was like when I started out in CAW, I wanted to have a wrestler of my own. I wanted to have, you know, a call wrestler of my own, but I never got the chance because the company that I was in didn't want to give me the chance to do it because, well, one, it was a fucking anime colleague and he didn't want to put things in there, and then Jamco kind of didn't want to give me the opportunity. But I think it was for the point I didn't ask because you know.
I mean, back when I was doing my review show, that's when I met Jamco. And the only reason me and him got together was because, you know, back then I was all about, you know, I wanted to promote shows that, you know, not normally people wouldn't watch, but it's good. And I wanted to give him a chance, and I went with that, and that's how I met you and everybody else, you know. I felt like that was fate for all of us to meet, you know, because we all got to say wavelength when it comes to telling the truth. Even Evan, even Josh, even a bunch of other people. We have to tell the truth. We can't front about nothing. It don't matter if there's going to be controversy. Some people will be like, "Oh, I don't want to be involved in controversy." But
you don't be involved in controversy whether you like it or not. You can be involved in controversy without even saying a damn word, man.
True, that's true. But some things, you know, excites the controversy. I don't want to say until you reply to this, but basically me, whenever I was saying all them things in the past, I wasn't saying it to get attention at all. It wasn't nothing about that. I could care less about attention. Most of my videos get probably 30, 40 views, and I got 400, 300 and something subscribers now. I kind of dropped off, but I always spoke the truth in my shows, in my review shows. I always try to have fun with that. Then I moved to my interview shows, and sometimes people take stuff out of context on what I say. But I'm actually being real, and I'm trying to be honest with the people so they can understand the heads. It's like this. You either stop being like a bitch and put some quality stuff out there. It's like I'm sorry, Louden. I know this is the interview with you, but can I take this second to say this?
Go right ahead, man.
Yeah, it's just like I dislike people disrespecting me. And I understand their point of view at times, but when you come on my show and you disrespect my show, it's like a slap in the face to me, because I've been doing this for so long. I've been doing this for years. People think I just came up with an interview show because of how many episodes I got on this, but I had interviews in the past with other people. And I feel like all I'm trying to do here is, I'm trying to give a voice to everybody, including myself, because I'm the leader of this whole show. And I feel I can ask questions. I can put my point of view about it. Then I ask another question, and then get the point of view. You know what I mean? That's the way interviews are supposed to go. It ain't all peachy keen. You can talk shit about this person and this person without me responding with my own answer. And that was the only problem that whole interview that I had a problem with. That's the reason why I reacted. I ain't got no problem with Bird posted a comment thinking I was talking about her when I didn't have. The only thing I ever said about her in that interview was, I think Burb is cool. Me and Burb have a lot of history, but I feel right now, no matter what anybody else is going through with her, that right now, me and her are okay. And I don't got no problem with her till she screws me up. But I feel to the point where people need to stop worrying about what other people are doing and worry about what they are doing. Because that's just... Back in 2007 and all that, nobody cared about what other people were doing. They did their own thing. We have fun with it. But now, as you said before, there's all this political stuff. And if you don't push this guy, you're going to, get somebody mad and this and that. But what you and Josh and Evan's been doing is basically helping younger talent get known by having a mixture of original calls that have been around for a while and people like Louden Styles and a bunch of other people get the limelight against them, regardless of win or lose. They still get that, It's all a progression in call. You can't always stick with the same thing over and over, because calls is like real life. They're going to get older. The veterans is going to be a veteran, and the rookie's going to be the rookie. Like, I used to be a rookie. Louden is, I don't know what to put you as right now. I can't say you're a rookie because you've been around for a couple of years. So
you can say, like, legit, I think you could say I'm on my first, going on my second year.
Yeah. So... You still got a lot to offer for call, and I just personally feel like people need to lay off for people, and especially over. I just don't. I think the whole reasoning behind the whole mock stuff is just plain out stupid, because I've been through it in the past with RCW. I know one of my other friends on this chat was involved in it, but that was a few years ago, and I believe he feels differently about what they did to Brentsley. But I had to speak on it, and I don't regret nothing I said, personally. I do not regret nothing I said. I don't got a problem with a lot of them, except that one guy, but I had to speak on what I believe. And I can't just sit there and be like, okay, okay. That is not me. That is not me, and you know that.
I think everybody knows that by now, man.
They should. But yeah, okay, let's see. We talked about that. We talked about the pro. What leagues? I know you're probably gonna. I'm not gonna say it, but what leagues do you think has the most potential to get big? Top 5.
Oh boy. Um, okay, I'm not gonna say URWL because URWL is already fucking big.
Yeah.
Even if they don't post as much, and there's legit reasons why he doesn't post as much. Um, I can't say IPW. Fuck it, I'll say IPW for one because honestly, Josh, honestly, Josh can make any damn league, and in like I think a month it'll rise to the top of the freaking mountain. Like here's how I believe good he is. Josh can make a league like NESC, and in a month it's gonna have like a shit ton of subs and views, and everybody's gonna love it.
Yeah.
Two is TCW Asterix because I believe TCW Asterix, like TCW Asterix is one of those leagues that that quite honestly I believe should get a hell of a lot more than it usually gets. Like
Yeah.
it's getting a lot of attention, but it's getting attention. It's getting that attention, but I think it should get more because just from the beginning of when he started to now, it should get a hell of a lot more than it's getting now. EDF, obviously. Whenever VWA comes out,
Raiders League.
whenever Rated starts posting up shows for VWA, oh, that's gonna be fucking great. And then RSW. Whenever RSW comes out, it's gonna be a juggernaut. I think VWA and RSW are gonna be those two juggernauts. You know?
Yeah. I just think the whole thing is overblown. I just don't see the whole reason behind the whole drama after the whole Brent and the whole wiki page situation. As I said in the interview, it's just the page, and his league is actually coming out. You know, and y'all making all that drama over this little bitty issue.
All because the league's not out yet. You know, because apparently Brent doesn't have personal issues that he has to deal with, or software malfunctions don't apparently exist where he's at. But that's a story for another time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everybody knows how I feel. I think it's pretty much it's obvious. Fucking people know how I feel about it, and I've said it one time. I don't need to go through it again.
Yeah, we done been talking about it for a while now. Is there anything you want to promote or anything else?
No, because I think the last 5 times I've promoted everything that I've always wanted to promote. And everybody should know what you should go look at. First off, you should go see Battle Pro because Battle Pro is fucking awesome.
The Louden Styles.
Hashtag the Louden Styles. www.youtube.com/the Louden Styles. You should also see fucking IPW. IPW is great. You should also check out anything that the Rantboard Network puts out. In fact, the Rantboard Network has the top 5 matches from URWL of all time, and you should watch that because those have some of the best matches. And I think for people who start out in CAW, whoever wants to make their league, they should take notes on how Goldash presents the league, makes the story, production, everything. I think you should just pay attention to that.
Yeah. But anyway, anything else you'd like to add before we end this interview?
Biff, I'm waiting for those for that time we talk. And hopefully when we do talk, you don't try to leave the call or something like that.
No, this ain't gonna happen this time around. I promise you.
Okay.
This is from Smokey himself. After that last interview, I ain't taking no shit. People gonna play in order this time around. I will not have another interview like that last interview. Ever. Again. Ever.
Wait, let me do it like Chris Jericho. Ever never be the same again. Anyway.
But yeah, I appreciate you coming on to the show for
No
the
problem.
100th time.
You might as well just have me as a fucking regular, dude.
You might as well be my co-guest.
I might as well be a co-guest. Hell, I help you record shit.
But yeah, I appreciate you coming to the show. This is episode 18. Stay tuned for episode 19, where I'll be interviewing Louden Styles again. But he will be with Biff Andreas coming up. So I hope y'all stay tuned for that. And I also appreciate earlier in this interview, Evan O'Shea coming on here and speaking his 2 cents. And I appreciate it, both of y'all guys. But this is a smoke room. Until the next time, peace out.
Time to smoke some weed and play Minecraft.